He's standing there like a Mortal Kombat character, naked, meat out. Tatiana, what the fuck? And so I'm like, bro, what?
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 137. AJ in the building, Zach in the building. The OG squad, bruh. I don't think we've ever talked about this on the pod, did we? When you and I first met?
No, I don't think so.
So, AJ and I...
I didn't mean not first met, but when our friendship first kicked off.
Yeah. So, if you're considering our friendship to be like AJ, me, Brandon, Luke, and Phil, and of course Julian, but you and Julian are brothers, so we're not going to count that. AJ and I are the two that like kind of started it off. So we have a friend, Tasha. She lives in Orlando now, but the pod has never seen her. But if she ever is in South Florida, we definitely have her on.
For sure.
But me and Tasha, we used to kick it all the time. I forget how we even became friends. It was probably just through
Campus Rec.
Yeah, Campus Rec intramurals. And so one summer, do you remember what summer that was?
I think it's summer of 11.
Yeah, maybe summer 2011.
Oh, no, of 2012, because I got there fall 11.
Okay. So me and Tasha used to always play Call of Duty in our dorms. Like, we'd cook for each other. We just would kick it. And so one day she was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to bring my friend AJ through. And then that was the first time I met AJ. And at first I was like, yo, why is this kid? Because I'm quiet. I was like, why is this kid so quiet? AJ was quiet as shit back then. And so... eventually, AJ became part of the group. We play Call of Duty all the time. And then me and AJ started kicking it off and kicked Tasha to the curb. No, I'm kidding. But me and Tasha eventually did have beef. I feel like Tasha had beef with everyone in the group at one point in time. But now all of us cool. So it's all in the past. But me and AJ would kick the group off. And then it was Phil that got added. And then Luke shortly after, I think. Yeah, so... now we one big happy family. But how you been, AJ, this past week?
I've been good. I've been chilling.
Good.
Oh, well, work's been crazy.
Has it been?
Already, yeah. Yeah, I guess everyone knows where I work, but yeah, no one watches it. No one watches the pod, but yeah. So the guy who hired me left.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, and he put his 2 weeks in. Because he had some stuff going on with someone else there.
Yeah.
Most people feel like he wasn't in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But he put his 2 weeks in, and then they ended up just firing him the same day.
Damn.
So that was, yeah, so now don't have him anymore.
Bro, that's so petty, bro.
Yeah, but so it's like, it is, but it's also like he didn't really tell him where he was going.
Yeah.
They didn't ask also, but
I've never quit a job, so I'm not sure how it works. But obviously if you put in your 2 weeks, like you still get to work your 2 weeks and then
you left Cincinnati.
Yeah, but I didn't quit. Like I gave him 2 weeks. Or wait, I said I didn't quit. I've never been fired from a job.
Okay,
that's what I meant to say. Sorry. So when you quit, obviously you still get to work out that time. You get paid for what you get paid for. If you get fired, you don't, like, you just get paid for up until when you got fired, right?
Yeah. And
you don't get like any of your
payday was Friday, so
okay.
He would have probably got his last check.
Damn, that's tough. Yeah. That's tough.
But yeah, so it's petty, but also not petty at the same time because we have access to a lot of information, like people's proprietary. So I think it's just like a mitigating risk kind of thing.
Got you. Okay.
Because he came from a competitor, so like obviously he's gonna be like, oh my gosh, he's gonna stay in the industry and go to a competitor for one.
Okay.
But two, yeah, like people have to do like a whole crazy verification because it's gambling.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Not that we have easy access to that stuff, but it's just like a just in case thing.
Yeah. So his position, is that something you feel like you could go for?
Oh no, definitely not. Because I've only been in this industry really for like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it could be more workload, but we'll be fine. It will be good.
Okay.
He was good. He ramped us up pretty quickly, so we were good too. And he I was able, like, he told us in his one-on-ones before he put in his notice.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to ask him questions. Like, yo, can you send me this? Can you send me this? Just in case.
Yeah.
Me thinking just in case. He thought he was going to have his 2 weeks. I was like, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he also told us it was going to be Friday. And then he just got antsy and sent it in on Thursday.
Yeah. Damn.
And they cut it right away. And I'm like, yo.
That's why you don't get antsy.
I was like, I had told him a couple days before that I had vacation I was gonna put in. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, no sign that he was gonna leave. I asked him, I was like, how do you think you feel? Or like, are you cool with this? He's like, yeah, I don't care as long as your work's done. I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. Bro told me 2 days later he was leaving.
Hey, that's why you gotta never let them know your next move.
Yeah,
Because then
sure.
you end up getting shot in the foot. But outside of that, everything else Gucci. Work being busy.
Yeah, everything's been good.
Cool.
Has been good.
Yeah, it's been a good week for me as well. And not as busy as what it's been. Basketball training done. Basketball season almost done. So this week was a lot of catching up. But now it's just kind of preparing for kids camp. So, but this weekend
Kids camp. Oh no.
Yes. But this weekend, no college game or high school game for the first time in over like a month and a half.
Do you have anything during like spring break? Is it like kids camp?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But my job has discussed that because at my last school, Cincy, bro, we had 4 camps. We had summer camp, winter break camp, spring break camp, and President's Day camp. And so, so the director of this new facility, he was also saying that like, oh, we should start doing stuff at the wellness center when we have these holidays, especially because so many people at have kids. So I don't know. I hope
They're
it
like,
doesn't
yeah,
happen.
let's just take our employees' money.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. But yeah, I'm happy it's the weekend. Finally get to go to the beach tomorrow. I'm hoping. I keep checking the weather. I think it might be
it's kind
cloudy.
of overcast.
Oh
Overcasted
shit!
today.
Now it says it's raining tomorrow.
That's okay. You could just get sun showers.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm gonna be naked on the beach, so it don't matter. It's not like I gotta worry about my clothes getting wet. But going right into the topics, it was a slow news
Oh yeah,
week.
talk about the beach. I've been wanting to go to the beach for a minute.
Have you?
I'm getting too late.
Bro, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You might as well go today after you have your little brunch. Just go to the beach.
I was thinking, oh no, they're gonna do like a pool thing
Oh, okay.
at their apartment. So like, I'll get some sun that way.
Got you. Also, bro, you have a pool. You could just lay out at the pool at your house. You don't have to go to the beach.
That's true too. No, I've been outside a few times. I do like this wet leg workout circuit, and then I'll jump in there.
Okay, got you. But yeah, going right into the topics. So, hopefully this didn't happen with your coworker, but a man's wife leaves him after he made $2 million on listening to her work from home calls. So she was talking about company mergers, this and that.
Oh.
And so he made $2 million. And now he either got arrested or is under investigation for insider trading.
Yeah.
And she has nothing. She has nothing against her. But that's wild, bro. And I want to know, like, if you were in that situation, would you divorce your wife? Because it is kind of like sneaky and shisty on his behalf on what he did. But at the same time, it's like, okay, am I doing this? Obviously, one, for making money. But am I being sneaky and shisty about this? Because I don't want you to get in trouble. Or is it just he
I
didn't?
think she has to divorce him to be, so it's like she's not
Yeah.
in. Oh, maybe not indicted. It's not the right word, but just not. They don't include her.
Yeah.
Or think she's involved in any way.
So I thought that as well. So you think it's a strategic divorce?
Yeah, I think she just has to do that.
Okay.
Because if not, she's their money. His money is their money.
That is very true. That is very, very true. So is there like a statute of limits? Like if they get divorced, could they get remarried and then she's just like she's good in the clear?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, this might all be one big mastermind. Like, okay, I'm gonna be loud as shit during my work from home calls.
He listened in on how loud on Zoom was it? That's funny.
Exactly. With $2 million, bro, I might let Tatiana divorce me for $2 million, and then we just get back together.
Yeah, just you don't even have to be married. You just like, live together or live in adjoining apartment or next
Exactly.
door apartment.
Exactly. But you think like if this were to happen, not being strategic, like if your wife actually
Yeah.
was listening to these type of calls that you had from work, and all of a sudden she comes up on 2 mil, you divorcing her?
I mean, yeah, if it means I'm not I'm not going to jail for
Yeah.
it, or I'm not losing my job and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Probably still lose your job, honestly, but.
But what if you're going to like Martha Stewart jail when she got arrested for insider trading, where she was in like damn near the resort?
Well, I don't have Martha. 2 million is not Martha Stewart money.
It's not. It's not at all.
Martha Stewart jail.
How long was she in jail for? Like, how long do you go to jail for insider trading? I want to see.
I think she went to jail for like 2 years.
Oh God. Yes. Yeah. I don't. 2 million is kind of, or it's. I mean, 2 years is kind of a long time. How long do you jail
I just making noises so that
for insider
can
trading?
feel
All
the
right.
space.
Damn.
How was it?
You can go to federal prison for up to 20 years.
Well, how much was Martha though?
Let's see.
Specifically,
I don't have a quick.
she was hiding. She was hiding. She was hiding. Bro, I can't speak right now. This is weird.
She was in jail for 5 months.
Oh, 5 months. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
But then again, I could be skimming. Like, oh yeah, we need to revisit that. So, what was it? Last pod, 2 pods ago, when we were talking
One of
about
them.
China.
Yeah.
I said that the Great Wall of China was 13,000 miles.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I googled it after. I was like, how far is the distance from here to China? And the distance from here to China is like 13,000 miles. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, so it's not 13,000 miles.
it's not.
And like I said, okay, this says Martha Stewart has been many things in her lifetime: a best-selling author, a successful entrepreneur, an Emmy award-winning television host. But in 2004, she spent 5 months behind bars for lying about stock trades. So
She was hiding tips in her recipes.
yeah, facts.
We're losing the recipe.
But yeah, shout out to that husband and wife. Hopefully they can rekindle the marriage after a few months, years, whatever the statute of limitations is, and be a happy couple again. And hopefully they didn't have kids, because that would be tough.
Yeah, I wonder how much she was making, just like doing her job.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, that is a good question, because if she wasn't making millions,
she was,
maybe she could reconsider.
Yeah, like if she was an executive assistant or something, it was just in the meetings.
Yeah.
And he was like, I might be working on something. Who knows?
For real. But if 2 million is like pocket change to her, then yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Did you see the Willy Wonka experience
Nah, I didn't
that
see
took
that.
place in Glasgow? Bro, I
Scotland, of all
easily could have been finessed. So I think we definitely had a topic one time on the pod of if we could live in like an imaginary world or something like that we've seen in like movies or TV, like what would it be?
Oh yeah.
I didn't say Willy Wonka, but growing up, what was the old one? That's Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, or Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
Charlie and the Chocolate
Okay,
Factory.
so that movie used to be one of my favorite movies, bro.
Yeah.
And you and me both have sweet tooth. You already know how I am when it comes to sweets.
Facts.
So if I saw something like this and they were supposed to be replicating what was Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
I'm for sure going, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care how much it costs. But bruh, so they put out ads, like AI type looking ads.
Probably Phil too, but for different reasons.
Yeah, exactly. So they put out ads. It was supposed to be $40 entry. Bro, this shit was like an empty warehouse. It looked like something that like you and me put together
Yeah.
in like 2 hours.
2 hours.
And like it was so bad that they shut it down midday. But people were like super disappointed. They had a Oompa Loompa that just looked like a crackhead. Like,
Yeah.
it just looked like some like depressed ass lady. I wonder if I could find the image. But yeah, it was bad, bro. And what Firefest, like that made Firefest look like fucking
Yeah.
Ultra, bruh. That's how bad it was.
That's funny.
Look, this is the or well, I think this is gonna bring me to an article right now, but I'm gonna show you the Oompa Loompa once it pops up. But yeah, I feel bad for the people out there. Hopefully they got their $40 back. But y'all can't be falling for everything. Look, this is some of this stuff. So that, I mean, doesn't look bad, but they had like pictures on the wall that look like just some shit they got from Party City stuck up on the wall. Yeah, it's an empty ass warehouse. And then the Oompa Loompa just looked mad depressed. It was a full grown woman. It wasn't even a little person.
Phil would have been pissed. Oh, I see her.
Yeah, she just looks mad depressed. Look like she doing. And then they had like a evil spirit called like the Unknown or something like that. I mean, I haven't seen the most recent one with Timothy Chalamet. But as far as I know, there's no evil spirits in Willy Wonka. But yeah, shout out to those people. And I'm glad that I don't live in Glasgow because, like I said, I would have been finessed for sure. All right, Shane Gillis, your guy, AJ.
Yes,
He was
sir.
just recently on SNL. For context, for the people that don't know, a few years back, I want to say 2020, 2021, when the whole Stop Asian Hate thing was going on, Shane Gillis was going to be like a regular on SNL.
Oh,
And
okay.
then as soon as people found out, they pulled up old clips, receipts of Shane talking about Asian people. He made a joke on a podcast that he has, which it definitely was an inappropriate joke. Like, I'm all for comedians saying whatever, but I could see why SNL cut him
Mhm.
after that joke. But just most recently, SNL allowed Shane Gillis to host SNL. And bro, that shit was hilarious.
You watched the whole episode or just the?
I look usually when it's somebody that comes on SNL and it's someone
Yeah.
that I fuck with, I'll just look up the clips.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch the whole episode. Like I only saw part of the monologue, and I think I saw all the skits that he was in.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw the monologue. I didn't see the skits yet. So I'll
Oh,
definitely watch
bro, you got it.
the skits. Yeah,
So
my bad, my
there's
bad.
there's three skits that are well, one you might be able to relate to because one of the skits is about betting,
Yeah.
like a betting company, but
Yeah.
it's like you get to bet on your friend who has a gambling issue to see like how he ends up ruining his life.
Yeah.
And you could do like parlays, like is he gonna get divorced, lose his job, marry like an old a widow or something like that.
That's funny.
Uh,
It's also funny because he's sponsored by sports betting.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So that one was funny. There was one where he's like a dad. He has a family from Ohio. They go to Jamaica. They go to church. And that one was just super funny. And for me, it's always hilarious when I watch like sketch comedies. And you could tell that the person's trying to keep a straight face. And
Yeah,
they can't.
yeah.
So there's that one point where he's speaking in patois, and like him and his wife in the skit are both like trying their hardest not to bust out laughing. But that was
Yeah.
hilarious. The funniest
He's pretty
one.
good at sketches too. Like
Yeah, he is.
His like his show or whatever he does
On YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really funny.
Yeah, he is. He is. I need to watch more of those. I've only seen a handful that like
Same.
come
and
across
all
the
of them are-
timeline.
Yeah, I like him.
There was one, the funniest one to me. It was about like how technology and Alexa specifically like listens to everything. So like he's at a bar talking with his friends, and they're like, "Yeah, they listen to everything you do." And he's like, "No, they don't." Like kind of sounding like me, where it's super naive. And then they're giving examples like, "Oh, pull up your email, and I'm sure you'll have ads and stuff." And he's like, "That's not true." And he's like reading an ad. He's like, "Why would I get an ad for a Green Bay Packers butt plug that has 10 speeds and it starts getting louder? Like it plays the fight song, and when you open your mouth, it gets louder." Bro, you got it. That's the funniest
Yeah,
one.
I'll watch it.
And then there was one more, but now I can't remember what it was. But yeah, Shane Gillis, he's hilarious. Definitely check out the Saturday Night Live sketches that are on it.
Bet.
If you go on YouTube, you could just search it, and all of them will
It'll
pop
come
up.
up there.
Yeah. Do you watch Saturday Night Live or no?
Not like all the time, but
Okay.
if like you said, if there's someone I didn't even know he was on there, but if there's someone I like on there, then I will.
Yeah. Let's see if I could figure out this last one real quick because I know it was another hilarious one. But I miss a lot of good sketch comedy shows. Like obviously we had the Chappelle Show, we had Key and Peele. There's actually one that I did not watch, so I gotta go back and watch that. Chappelle Show, Key and Peele, In Living Color, all those shows. We need them back. And SNL is really all we got right now. And I know a lot of people feel like it's falling off, but it is what it is. Oh, the other one was there's a show on NBC, I think it is, called The Floor, which I've never heard of it before. It's a game show where I guess like they show pictures. You're supposed to name the people as fast as you can, or the pictures are as fast as you can. Yeah. And in his bit, he was unable to like name any black people that popped up. But recently on Twitter, before I even knew that Shane did this sketch, there was a video that I saw of like the actual show. Yeah. And these people were unable to name like anything black culture. Oh, no. Bro, it was wild. Like that's even funny. Steph Curry popped up. Like how you can't say Steph. Bro, it was insane. But moving on. I gotta watch. See, that's funny. Yeah, I'll send you the clip.
So it's a game show, but then they just did a sketch of the game show.
Yeah, exactly. Richard Lewis, R.I.P. I don't know if you know who he is. I think he used to be a stand-up, but he's in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Okay. He's one of Larry David's closest friends. Yeah. So he just recently passed away of a heart attack, but the timing is wild. So 2 weeks ago, because Curb is currently coming out every Sunday. Yeah. And so 2 weeks ago, they had an episode of him and Larry like arguing about each other's will. So in the show, Richard Lewis was like telling Larry David like, "Oh, I'm gonna put you in my will," and Larry David's like, "No, you're only doing that so I'll put you in my will." And he was like, "I'm gonna outlive you, this and that." And then, damn, 2 weeks later, in real life, this man passed away. Yeah. So it's wild and sad and unfortunate. Wild, yeah. But R.I.P. Richard Lewis. Reddit. I wanted to do this. We've been talking about having Reddit posts on our thing. So I went today, looked up shower thoughts, and so it's just people thinking of random things.
And then last time we did like, am I the bad guy or something
Yeah, something like that. But those were dumb long. I wanted something that was short and sweet. Right. But some of these people's shower thoughts were legit, and I'm actually curious after we go through these if you've ever had any random shower thoughts like this.
Oh, for sure. I have some crazy ones, but I can't think of any right now. I need to write them down next time.
Yeah, for sure. Next pod, we all got to think of some. So this person said, if elevators hadn't been invented, CEOs and important people would have their offices on the first floor as a sign of status, and that's very true. Yeah. Because right now they all have it on like the top floor, in the penthouse. But obviously, if everyone had to take the stairs up, as soon as you walk in, you'd have the boss man's office or boss lady's office right there. So next one was, and I don't know if this is actually like how it would work, but I like to think it would. During a nuclear explosion, there is a certain distance of a radius where all frozen supermarket pizzas are cooked to perfection. Like, could you imagine a bomb goes off, you're out of the radius, and then walk like towards where the explosion happened, and then you just have a whole bunch of just perfectly frozen, and not even pizzas, like everything frozen that would be microwaved. This one made me laugh. Pavlov.
But, I mean, it's not the same because microwaves aren't radiation. They don't use any radiation.
Really? I thought they did.
No.
I definitely thought so. Our parents tell us a whole bunch of malarkey.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Myth,
about standing in front of the microwave.
Yeah.
That's a myth?
Yeah.
Damn, I always move because I'm like, I don't want to get brain radiation.
Let me double check, but I forget. It was
on Mythbusters or something?
No, someone smart who said it.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah.
This person said Pavlov probably thought about feeding his dog every time someone rang a bell. That's also very true. For those that don't know, Pavlov's dog, he did a test, and every time he rang a bell, his dog started salivating and wanted to be fed. And then the last one I had, and this is very true for me at least, we do not check the refrigerator multiple times to find new food. We check to see if our standards have dropped enough to eat what was available. Yeah. And that's definitely how I landed on hot sauce sandwiches, bro. It's not that, hot sauce and bread is in my fridge all of a sudden. It was there the whole time. It's just I got to the point of no return and so hungry. My standards dropped so much to where hilarious. That's what I wanted to eat. But those were some of the random shower thoughts that I had.
Didn't you burn yourself while making them?
Did I?
Because you were trying to like toast it in the oven or something.
Maybe, bro. I
And you
burned
touched-
myself so
and you
many
t-
times.
And you touched? No. Actually, no. I think you might have been making a.
Oh,
skillet
when
cookie.
I like severely burned my hand,
Yeah.
I was making the s'mores dip.
Oh, that's
what I was
yeah,
making.
s'mores dip.
Yeah, so in college, I think I was with Tatiana at the time, made s'mores dip,
Yeah.
where I put it in a skillet. I put the skillet in the oven, and when I went to go take the skillet out, I completely, I'm thinking I'm grabbing a normal skillet, even though it was just in the oven, and obviously it's a metal handle. Put my hand on it, bro, hand was done for. Yeah.
Bro, also, did we ever tell the story about your roommate?
Oh no, I didn't. The one that was naked. And I don't think we ever did. Oh, and bro, I forget about that all the time, and I'm like, how did that happen in my life? Like, this sounds like something that happens in like someone else who lives a crazy ass life.
Right.
So when I was in college, after I moved out from y'all, it was after I moved out from y'all, because we lived in the same neighborhood, but in different apartments several times.
We tried to honestly, it was one time.
Was it one? Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because you lived there first.
Yeah.
And then I crashed with you for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the place together, and then we were like, all right, to
Yeah.
house everybody, we want to get a 4-bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
We looked and had places, and then at the last step, they always didn't want to rent for ethnic people.
Yeah.
In college.
And so I was hella nervous because I felt like you weren't dragging your feet. Like you said, we were getting denied place after place.
Yeah.
But it was getting to crunch time where it was like, okay, I need to find a place to live.
Right.
And y'all were still looking. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just moving back into bike club. I'll get a random roommate if needed.
And then we all basically did that.
Yeah, exactly. But y'all moved in shortly after I did.
Right.
And so I had this random roommate who, ironically, Luke actually knew because they grew up in Port St. Lucie together or went to school together or something. And so this man was weird, dirty. Like, we never talked at all, bro. Like, I could probably count on one hand the amount of actual conversations that we've had, like legit conversations. And so Tatiana was staying with me one summer, and she's like super diligent. Like, her getting kidnapped and all that stuff is like.
It was the summer?
I
I
think
thought
so.
she was living there at the time.
She didn't start living with me. She only lived with me in the summers, and we didn't start living together until we moved to Toledo.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So yeah, it was one summer. It was like the one time we didn't lock our bedroom door. And so we're sleeping, and all of a sudden, in the middle of my sleep, I just hear Tatiana like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" And so I look. This man is standing in front of our bed naked, bro.
Like butt naked?
Yes, butt booty naked, like meat out, cheeks out, no shirt, not a single article of clothing on. And he's like standing there like a Mortal Kombat character before you do a fatality when it's like, finish him. So he's just standing there like dazed, like fucking head spinning. Like, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I know people can be facetious when they tell stories. This is 100% factual. He's standing there like a Mortal Kombat character, naked, meat out. Tatiana, what the fuck? And so I'm like, bro, what? Like, I'm trying. And then as soon as I get up to like push him out of the room, this man sits on the bed. And I'm like, yo, Andrew, what are you doing? And like, this man is big. Like, AJ is a bigger dude than me. I still think him at that time was bigger than AJ. Like, I think probably like in between you and Brandon's size. Mm-hmm. So I'm struggling to get him off the bed. I'm about to fight this nigga, but I could also tell right away that he's not in the right frame. I don't know if he's drugged out. I don't know if sleepwalking. I don't know what's going on, but I can for sure tell that he's not coherent, and I'm not someone that fights. So fighting wasn't the first thing. Of course, protecting Tatiana was my first thought. So that's why I'm trying to get him out the room. But fighting wasn't going to cross my mind. And even if I was a fighter, like I said, him not being in the right state of mind, like that's not something I should be doing. So long story short, get him out the room. Then I didn't see, and we end up going back to sleep. I didn't see him the next day because our class schedule, work schedules were conflicting. So I sent him a message like, bro, what the fuck happened last night? Like, you were naked in our room. Like, you freaked my girl out. Like, you can't be doing that shit. And he didn't remember anything, bro. This man didn't remember a single thing. And he essentially told me, like, he was high off of, like, Molly or ecstasy or one of those types of drugs. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but you can't be doing that shit again, bro.
Yeah.
And like he profusely apologized, but that shit was wild.
Did he move out like not like maybe like a month or two after?
I honestly can't remember. Like that, I don't know why. Outside of living with y'all, like living with other people is just a blur to me.
Yeah.
Like obviously I lived with y'all for years, but my freshman year of college I had a Brazilian roommate. He was an international student. That I can remember. Then after him I lived with my friend Gabriel, who I went to Henderson with.
Yeah.
And that, for some reason, I can barely remember, bro. Like, that was one of my good friends, and I barely remember living with him. I lived with Dragon the summer that I met you. I lived with Dragon. Yeah. That, like, I barely remember. Like, I remember him and Kirsten, like, kind of kicking it sometimes, but, like, that I barely remember. And then, this kid I don't remember at all. And that was the most recent one. So, maybe it was just so traumatizing that I blocked it from my head. I don't know. But moving on, get it off your chest. You have anything? Mine is health insurance. So I know they always say U.S. we got the worst like health insurance and all that stuff. But I just got a text from Aetna, who that's my health provider. And they told me that my inhaler is not under insurance anymore. It's at the end of this month.
What?
I don't know if that means like all inhalers in general or just this.
Like, sorry,
specific.
bro, you're gonna have to die.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? I got 1 month left of breathing, and then that's it. Like,
and then you guys don't cover my breathing anymore.
Exactly, bro. And that's always been a wild thought to me. Like, I'm sure a lot of people that take prescription medicine feel the same way, but the fact that I need a prescription to breathe, that's why. Like, inhalers should not be a prescription. That should just be over the counter, bro.
You think? Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, I get
Unless
it's like
could abuse it.
a steroid for your lungs, but how are you like? I don't think you can get high off an inhaler. Like,
imagine you get the strongest lungs possible.
For real. Like, is that going to be a performance enhancing drug? Like,
probably.
I don't get it. But yeah, I better be able to still
and
get
even
inhalers.
if they needed to keep it a prescription, there's no reason that they should be able to take it off.
Exactly.
Oh, I need to get that band out there.
That's my exact point. I wonder if other people with other prescriptions got it, or if it's just me and my inhaler. But outside of that, Apple, they recently dropped a sports app. Did you see that? Bro, this shit is ass. Like, Apple, y'all, you know I hype y'all up. Y'all do everything great. But this sports app, I don't even know what it's called. Like, even the like, app image is butt. Like, it's just a little green soccer field.
Oh, that's what that is?
That's, like, actual Apple's app.
Yeah,
but,
that's weird.
Yeah, right now they have no football, which is fine because football season's over and it just came out. But I don't get no type of push notifications from it. When I click on games, like, the stats aren't that great. I don't give you no type of video highlights. And I was excited because I fucking hate ESPN, bro. Bleacher Report is cool.
Wait, why do you hate ESPN?
It's just, to me, it's unreliable.
Oh. Yeah. In what way?
Well, a lot of times when I'm trying to go to, like, watching stuff,
yeah,
which I get this won't have it, so that's not going to supplement that. But a lot of times the watching...
It'll be
it's not that great. It's glitchy. You can't find always what you want to find. Like, even when you try to do replay or on demand, trying to search all that stuff. A lot of times for me, actually no, this is Bleacher Report. But when on Bleacher Report, when I get the notification and I click on it, it's always oops, something went wrong. And now I don't, like, know how to search for the article. Like, so a super dope article will pop up, like, AJ Graves just scored 1,000 points in one game. I go to click on it, and then it brings me to Bleacher Report. Oops, can't be found. And now I can't find that shit.
That's
so
funny.
Bleacher Report, I do fuck with it. It's just unreliable. ESPN, I've always had issues with. So I wanted something new, and Apple, y'all are lacking right now. But hopefully, come football season, it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Best thing you've
Probably
seen?
trying to get like the bugs out now.
Yeah, exactly. Anything you got for best thing?
Best thing I've seen. No.
Alright, best thing I've seen. I got my first ever college playoff game.
Hey.
Yes. So this upcoming Tuesday, I'll be going to Tampa to work a quarterfinal game. So I'm
Okay.
actually very excited. I think, actually, I won't say their name, but I think you know one of the partners. I think they were at ETA. The blonde chick works at UCF. But
Okay.
moving on, music. Blue Lips. I wish Phil would have been on. Unfortunately, Phil is out sick today, so he didn't want to join and get everybody else sick.
Nah, he wanted to join, and we were
well,
like,
AJ
"That's
did-
not happening."
AJ grounded him.
Yeah.
But Schoolboy Q's album, I've only given it one listen so far, and I listened in the gym. And as
That's Schoolboy Q.
yes, as I
Alright, I'm gonna
always
watch it.
say, I listen to new music in the gym, and this is not a gym album, but from the first listen, I did fuck with it, but I definitely need to give it more rotation and listen outside the
Yeah.
gym.
I guess I do have a best thing I've seen.
Okay.
So remember the clip I sent you guys of the clip from Better?
Oh yeah. The one
Where
where
they
you were
were-
like, "Is this funny? Because I know them."
Yeah. But honestly, Derek is hilarious. He's actually funny. I thought it was funny because he put the almond. He was dead serious.
Yeah.
No, you can't play like that. But anyway, so he was that was like they were doing a mile race.
Yeah.
The other kid, Jojo, he our guy, he played college football. I think it
Okay.
was like a Division III, but he was All American.
Do you know what position?
I guess running back.
Oh, okay.
And Derek, I think he ran like distance in high school,
Okay.
and he usually runs like a 5:30 mile or so, or like maybe even less. I think he ran it when he was like in his peak condition. I think he ran a sub 5
Okay.
mile. Peak condition, but he's just skinny.
Mhm.
He's not. Yeah, his entire brand, or just not even brand, but just him. He just loses at everything. He just makes out. They had him on ESPN. Interviewed him on ESPN.
Really?
So for the media team, they'll like for content, they'll fly them to games and stuff, and like they'll make content there and do whatever. Bro, he picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Before the season, and obviously for content and just for like for the story of it, he got a tattoo of a Bills Super Bowl on his arm, an actual real one.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, the media team is crazy. They do think like Jojo. He lost a bet one time and he had to pierce his nipple and actually did it. So they really live that life. Over
Yeah.
there. But he was in the Bills stadium when it was a close game, that playoff game they lost.
Yeah.
And when they lost, he was just like heartbroken. And I think it was ESPN. It might have been a different show, or a different network, but I think it was an ESPN show. They just like basically made fun of him. They're like,
Yeah.
"Damn, that you can tell that guy doesn't have a girlfriend or whatever," like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And made like the lower third say no regrets or whatever. So that's him. So he got on and he started talking trash back to them. Greg Jennings is on the show. And he was like,
Ex-wide receiver?
yeah, he's
Okay.
like, the only thing Greg Jennings is known for is NFL is a Madden glitch.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
I knew. Okay, from the Packers, yeah.
Yeah. So
Put
where
the
they were
key
all
on the
dying.
deck, dude.
Yeah, they were all dying. But yeah, so that's Derek, and he loses at everything. So, I think he bet Jojo that he can beat him in a mile race or whatever, as a part of the thing. So they're also doing this to build up the streaming platform. So like they did the press conferences, all that
Mhm.
stuff. It's close to, I mean, Jake fights today, so it was like in conjunction with that.
Okay.
And so they are gonna do a mile race. Jojo, his best time ever was like 6:20, and Derek's obviously he was a runner. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him.
Yeah.
So when Derek pulls up, he comes. He has like a leopard print suit, not suit, like
Yeah.
jacket on. They're playing music as he's walking up. They made it seem like it was an actual fight.
Yeah.
And Jojo's just there. Bro, but Jojo beat him.
Really?
Yeah. So like, he was my friend Jay and a coworker. He's like the same. He's same as me. Like we were both hired 3 days apart, and we have the same exact like role. He used to run track, and I was thinking, and he ended up like confirming. I was like, Jojo shouldn't try to like beat him. He should just stay on his hip and then try to beat him in a 100-meter race. Just like keep up with him and then like give it all you got at the end. So like Jay wrote this detailed thing of like, hey, you need to hydrate from this point, eat this from this point, and this is how you run the race. Don't try to beat him. Don't try to like get ahead of him.
Yeah.
Just stay on his hip, and then last 100 meters, basically beat him in a sprint. He ended up winning, bro, and he ran a 5-minute and 5-second mile.
Damn.
He beat his PR by like a minute and 15 seconds.
That's wild, bro.
And like Derek finished like 5:12, and he was. So
I mean,
pissed.
both of those are great times. bro.
Exactly, yeah. And they ran it on a track too. I was like, "There's no way I could do that."
Not at all, bro. Because I think my fastest mile ever is like 42 or something like that.
Oh,
in
yeah?
the 540s, yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all I think I've asked this. Did y'all basketball coach make y'all do that? Run a sub-6 mile?
No.
Okay. I feel like a lot of teams did that. And
Yeah, they had. I mean, a lot of basketball. Like when I was going to go to Everglades, they were trying to make us run like, what was it? What's that sport? Oh, cross country.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I can't run like the way my body's set up. I can't run for the distance. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Got you. Outside of that, music-wise, did you put Texas Technician in
No.
Heathenism? Okay, Phil probably added these because I did not. But you know the Mexican OT?
Yeah.
Bruh, he's kind of lit. So I've never,
Mexican the baby.
yeah, I've never, listened to an album of his, but I might check this out because I always see him on TikTok and he's
Yeah.
funny to me.
No, he's actually funny.
Yeah. Did you see the interview he did where he talked about shit in his pants or something like that?
I don't think so.
Oh, bro, I'll
Yeah.
send it to you. But also Meek Mill. Bro, Meek's been getting killed this week, so hopefully this album is good. And he has something to redeem
Oh,
himself.
he dropped it?
I guess so. But you've seen, because I guess he was included in this whole Diddy thing, so now
Yeah.
everyone's been calling Meek gay
Yeah.
and all this stuff. So Meek been getting killed, bruh.
It's so funny because there's a post where I think Amari sent it to me talking about Diddy, and it was like how everyone ignores all the allegations except for any of the gay ones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, he killed these people, oh, he robbed these people, he extorted this person, and people are just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like,
Not a peep.
wait, he did something gay? What?
Exactly,
it
bro.
is major news.
Bro, people's thought process is so ass backwards.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into Love Is Blind, I'm gonna talk about couple to throuple real quick, and then we can spend.
Yeah,
the rest
I got confused when you guys were talking about it and the streaming things. I didn't realize you guys
Yeah.
switched to a different one.
Yeah,
And I was like, someone brought it. I was like, I missed that.
yeah. So couple to throuple, it's essentially like Love Island, the way that the show is set up, the destination, all that stuff, the way the house is set up. So it's Love Island with couples. And they bring in a whole bunch of singles, and then they essentially get to choose individuals to join the relationship to be in a polyamorous relationship. And bruh, it is messy, it is entertaining, but like I told Tatiana, not my wife, our friend on Discord, that shit just seems like hell on earth, bro. Like whether it's you're bringing in a guy, girl, don't matter. Like trying to entertain a whole other person while also still trying to manage your relationship,
And live a life.
handle any type of insecurities you have. Like it just, nothing about that seems fun at all. But from an outsider point of view, it is fun to watch. It's on Peacock. I don't think it's a whole lot of episodes, but if you have nothing else to watch, you're looking for trash reality TV, definitely check out Couple to Throuple. But the reason Y'all all
Everyone came
tuned
here.
in. Love Island. We
No,
are
no, no,
sorry.
Love
Love
is-
is blind. My
Love is
bad. Love
blind.
is
Love is
blind.
blind.
So we got a couple more new episodes. And I know AJ, you got notes, so I'll let you take it
We
away
got
with your
notes, bro.
notes.
We got notes.
And I feel like I should pull up the faces because I always forget names on this damn show. I watch too much reality TV to remember all these names.
Oh yeah, I have to catch up with you from a little bit before.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Cause I
true.
wasn't last time. I wasn't able to talk about everything. Bro, they named so episode 4. Oh yeah, so episode this is going back for people, but episode 4, Jessica went and she put her best clothes on to tell Jimmy off.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing-
yeah. And she's like, "You better have your EpiPen, because you're
Next
gonna
time you
lose your
yeah.
breath when you see what you lost out on."
And I was like, honestly, they just weren't right for each other at the time. At the time, he needed time, and she didn't really want to give him time.
Yeah.
But he also dragged his feet and let Chelsea sell him the dream, cause doubt in his mind.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, hold on, bro. And then in the episode where, just skipping ahead to when Chelsea met Jimmy's family, like Chelsea just says things that sound good. Like I've noticed through the entire episode.
What did she say? To
Like
the
she was
family?
telling me, she's like, "Oh yeah, like he just sold me on this idea of like
Oh,
a regular
yeah, yeah.
life." And
Yeah,
then
she was like, he didn't say anything spectacular. It was just regular, but I
he's just
believed
like,
it.
"Yeah, it was so regular." And I'm like, y'all were talking about you're a flight attendant and you guys are gonna travel and like do all this other stuff,
Exactly.
not this crazy simple like what? Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying anything regular, but
And I noticed that right off rip. I was like, that is not what happened.
Yeah.
Why are you just saying things for the sake of saying them? But then anyway, episode 5, they named it "She Lied to Me." I was dead.
well, I never even pay attention
To
to
the
the
names?
the
Yeah.
titles.
But yeah, they named it "She Lied to Me." That was Jimmy saying like, "Yeah, she lied to me. She doesn't look like
Oh,
Megan
okay, so
Fox."
yeah.
And then also like, especially in that episode, she was insecure the whole time because she knew she sold him the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a hypocrite when she was upset that Jessica hinted that he was going to realize what he missed out on because of how she looked
Yeah.
physically. And it's like, you told him you looked like Megan Fox.
Exactly, bro.
So how are you going to be upset with like her like barely hinting at it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Moving to episode 6. So this is episode 6, but I said Laura and I forget his name. Nerdy dude. His name's Jeremy.
Yeah.
Actually got along better than I thought. And I said,
Wait, Jeremy, he's the one with like the longer reddish type hair.
No. That's
Wait,
Jeremy
which
and
one?
Laura. Jeremy is
and
the
Laura.
one that the Sarah Ann one.
Oh yes.
So at first they were getting better. They were getting
Okay,
along better than
yeah.
I thought. Cause she like Laura's very they're both kind of like to the point,
Yeah.
and it was working better than I thought it was gonna. But obviously things happen. But yeah, and then I was like, Jimmy is wild with the AD stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of similar to like the Laura Jeremy thing,
Yeah.
where Laura got mad at Jeremy because he mentioned like an inside joke,
Yeah.
which I'm like, yeah, I get.
That whole thing was weird to me. Not like I know a lot of people that I've seen on TikTok have
Yeah.
been like, oh, they're sexualizing AD, this and that, and they do this to black women. Like, okay, I get that, but just the whole situation was weird. Like
in
the
what
way
way?
that Laura and Jeremy ended up getting into a fight over something so small, and the way that Jeremy shut down for absolutely no reason and just like walked off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, you're mad immature. And then also the Chelsea and what's her dude's name? Jimmy? Yeah. Chelsea and Jimmy. Like, initially they started off as a joke. Then Jimmy goes and has a conversation with AD, and then all of a sudden Chelsea just right back in her insecure bag.
Nah, it's she just like is manipulative. She just like needs. She feels reassurance by having something on someone, if that makes sense, or it's just like trying to keep him in a state where he feels like he messed up, so that he's always making something up to her.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the Jeremy and Laura thing, like I didn't think it was that bad that he mentioned the joke, but I can understand Laura's point of view because it's like, oh, like I told you something like in confidence as an inside joke, like between us, and you shared it with multiple people, and like, but I think Laura still blew it out of, I don't say blew it out of proportion, but just like made it a bigger thing than it needed to be.
See, I felt like it was both of them. I didn't feel like it was one individual. It was both of them.
So he said the joke, and he's like, oh fuck, my bad, but then she made it. I think she made it a bigger thing, obviously, because it felt bigger to her. And then when he was like, yo, I don't know what else to say, like I my bad already, you know. Then he got upset because he was like, yo, I'm just getting beat over the head for the same thing. And yeah, I didn't realize I mean, obviously we didn't see, he went home and didn't talk to her or whatever.
But. And as I said on Discord, that was the first time I've ever heard the term bean dip. I had no idea what the fuck that was.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was either.
It's just like when you flick their titty like this.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
But then they had a mature conversation after it, and I was like, okay. Like, he realized what he did wrong. She didn't really say anything about how she blew it up, but but yeah, they had, like, when they were sitting on the dock, they had a good conversation. But I was like, oh, okay. That's when I was like, all right, this is going better than I thought. Like, they were able to reconcile something like that. And then so Jimmy I think he's wild with the AD stuff, but after just seeing how Jimmy is, I'm like, oh, okay, he didn't really mean anything by it. He puts his foot in his mouth, but only by just like sharing what's on his mind.
Exactly.
Like, he just says what he's thinking. And like Chelsea wanted to act insecure. Why? If you were like, no one's insecure about something, and their response to being insecure about something is, well, let me tell everyone.
Exactly.
And that's what she was trying to be like, oh, I told everyone because like I felt so awkward, I didn't know what to do. Like, what? That's not no, that's not what people do.
Yeah,
like,
and with Jimmy,
any insecure, like if people we know are insecure about something, or if people I know, because I'll do stuff that Jimmy does too, where I'll just like say things that I think are funny, and then it might cause an insecurity to someone. I'm like, oh damn, my bad. But those persons never just like, hey, let me broadcast everything you just said to others.
Exactly. Jimmy's just got to read the room better, because I have Tatiana. Like, I'm able to say the same thing Jimmy is saying and getting himself in trouble for, where Tatiana wouldn't give a fuck because she knows it's not anything with ill intent. It's just like, okay, yeah, we agree. Like, we can look at girls' butts together and appreciate it, and Tatiana's not going to get insecure. Jimmy, I get it's the beginning of the relationship, so he's learning that. But it's like, bro, you got the most insecure girl on the planet. Like, you can't talk about other girls at all. You got to just keep that shit to yourself, my boy.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, and then like the conversation between Jimmy and AD was completely fine too.
Yeah.
And she was sitting there like, oh my gosh, she's just like talking to her. And then people, and then was like the girls that Laura and I forget the Puerto Rican girl's name, were sitting there like buying into what she was saying. Not knowing what their conversation was like, and I was like, oh dear. She's just like optically, it was funny. But yeah, so episode 7, that's when they were talking about on the dock. I was like, Jeremy talks a lot. Like, I can see like how his brain works, or how it moves and how he's talking. But I thought it was kind of cool how you could take accountability, and for picking up on. And the other thing is he's like, he's talked to everyone, and he was pretty good at and pretty dope for picking up things about Clay and sharing them. And realizing it could cause like AD some doubt, because he was like he could see like, oh, okay, this could be an issue with them. Let me just share it with AD so she understands. Like, hey, it's not like he's not that he's unsure. This is something that he does. And that I've noticed.
But
he was kind of doing that with a few people too.
Clay is also an idiot. Not to get too ahead of ourselves, but to me, it's just always.
We're gonna get there. I don't think he is, but we can talk about it. Yeah. And then after episode 7, I wrote, they listened to the fans, and had less touch points from the hosts. Because I was like,
Oh yeah.
after when they came in saying like, oh, like they did the little like transition into they're going home now. I was like, we haven't seen them once. Like
Yeah.
we didn't see them introduce like the event that was gonna happen or like the social gatherings and stuff. And I was like, great. Even optically, it just feels better because you feel like they have less influence on what's going on.
Exactly.
And then episode 8. We could talk about the Clay thing after this.
Okay.
But when Chelsea's friends came over, she spoke about Trevor before ever talking about Jimmy.
Oh damn! I didn't even peep that.
Yeah, she spoke about Trevor and all these great things about Trevor and how and really didn't say jack about Jimmy maybe until after. But it's like, yo, why are you talking about the person you didn't come here with?
Exactly.
But you're and like not behind closed doors, but when it's just you and him, you're giving him all this crap about what he's not or whatever, or just like trying to whatever. But yeah, what were you saying about Clay?
So, well, for me, I get that my perspective is different. We all know I'm a lover boy, but when I see people like self-sabotage in relationships, like that shit just always blows my mind. And so he's not truly self-sabotaging, but you could tell that he's like very wary and keeps saying shit that is making AD feel a certain type of way, because he's constantly being like, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to cheat. And she's like, why are you saying that? Like, you constantly saying that is making me concerned that you are going to cheat. And so, like, I get that, one, he was a player, whatever, back in the day.
Yeah.
And then 2, his parents got divorced. His dad was unfaithful. But my boy, just go along for the ride. Stop being so concerned about the future. Stop thinking you're going to be unfaithful, because then it's constantly on your mind, and I feel like it's only setting yourself up for failure. So, but that's really my 2 cents about Clay.
Yeah. So for Clay, I can tell he's someone who, I mean, you can even see when he just like pauses and stuff. He's someone who thinks deeply, right? And I think he really, really cares about AD and really, really likes her, right?
Yeah.
So he's voiceless, but above all else, he doesn't want to hurt her.
Yeah.
And he's just scared because he's known how he is in the past, but also just like either what people have expected from him and how he's treated people, and also like you said, the role models he's had, and obviously his dad and stuff like that. He's just like, I don't want to do that to you, because he's seen what like the result of it. And one like he wasn't able to do that before. Like in the pods, he wasn't able to really share his feelings.
Yeah.
And stuff, and that's what AD wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what most women want, is they want their significant other, or at least they say they do. They want them to share how they're actually feeling.
Yeah.
He was just sharing his actual concerns and how he's actually feeling. So one, I think that's dope for him to do that and like put everything out there in a way. 'Cause then not only does it help him like get that stuff off, it's because imagine if he didn't say anything and he's still like reeling about this, but presenting that everything is fine. And then when he gets to the altar, he can't say yes because he's thinking about that.
True.
And she never knows that, hey, it's just, I'm thinking, I'm not that I'm not confident in you, I'm not confident in myself, and I don't want to hurt you. And it becomes even more painful then.
Yeah.
And painful for both of them because he didn't really express that.
Gotcha.
So I think he was doing a good job of expressing, like fully saying like, hey, this is what worries me about me, and I'm sharing with you for those reasons. And I thought she was extra lit, because most people, when they hear that, they get turned off and they're like, oh, whatever. And it was kind of happening, but they had another conversation. I think I wrote that in the notes.
I also think that it helps that he has AD. Like, AD seems to be the most sane girl that we've seen on all 6 seasons, or however.
Yeah, she's like, she's one of the most for sure. Especially with him, at least.
Yeah.
But I think that talk with Jeremy helped her, because she can be like, oh, okay, like he's thinking and he's doing exactly what I want him to do, which is sharing these things with me. But But yeah, so I had AD got wanted vulnerable Clay and brought it out of him, but got scared when he started opening up about himself and what he struggles with. But then they had that conversation like in the house, and that was honestly the best scene I've ever seen on reality TV.
Really?
Where it was just them two. He's sharing exactly what you're talking about. Like, hey, like this is what I'm worried about. They have like another conversation about it. Just moving forward and saying like, hey, I don't know if like that's. They were talking about whether they could say yes or not at the thing, and she let him know where she stood. She was like, yeah, I'm not. I don't like. We can if it's no at the altar, we can discuss, but I don't think it can go forward past this because I'm all in on this process. This is what I want. So she shared exactly what she wanted, and she was able to hear him and assuage his concerns instead of being turned off by them.
Yeah.
And saying like, oh, I got you or whatever, and was able to handle his vulnerability and insecurity, which like most women are just like things that I've seen usually can't do, and it like scares them. So instead of like though his fears becoming her fears now, she was able to be like, I understand that, but like I got you, and I'm gonna help you through this.
Yeah, I do.
And I think that helped him a lot too. So I was like, yo, I was like, I've never seen this, like not even in real life.
Yeah.
So for it to happen on the reality TV show, like that was lit too.
I do think therapy is going to be important for him, and I'm glad that he's said multiple times that he wants to go to therapy and needs it, because I definitely think that will help ease some of his anxieties and pressures and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, how she handled that was like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And almost made me terrible. I was like, what the? Okay. But yeah, that was episode 10. I wanted to close that out. But yeah, Chelsea is insane.
Yeah, bro, she's wild. And I'm so, because I keep seeing her on TikTok, and I'm so ready for the reunion, because I just want to know if her and Jimmy are still together.
I hope not. Honestly, like, he went out for an hour.
Yes. For a friend's it wasn't even he just wanted to go out. He went out for a friend's birthday. Like, if a girl freaks out on me for going out for one of y'all's birthday
for an hour and coming back.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want someone who goes out. Like, she was 9:45.
Yeah.
And I'm home.
Exactly.
And then yeah, so but she also bro, she was fishing like crazy, saying like, oh, like who you're like, he's just like, I think you're he's like, I'm texting anybody, I think you're fishing.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing died. You want me to change the battery?
I feel like we're almost done, so it's fine.
Okay, yeah. He's like, no, like I think you're fishing. It's like, yeah, you were with like Jess. I'm like, no, I've never even met her. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And like, imagine being on the other side of that, where like someone is just throwing stuff that you verifiably know is false.
Yeah.
What?
But then it's like, how do I react? Because if I react too strong, then it looks like I'm lying.
Yeah.
But if I react too, because I also was like, she's so crazy? She had me fooled.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro,
like,
I'm
like, someone saw you. Like, I'm like, all right, well, maybe like.
Yeah.
Maybe that. All right, okay, maybe there's something here. Then let me like listen to what she's saying.
and
then he's like, I was with these people.
Exactly.
And I didn't see anyone. I don't know what Mackenzie looks like. I wasn't like, I didn't see her.
Yeah, and like I said, by his reaction, I'm like, is he telling the truth? Like, I can't tell, like, if he's got a great poker face or the worst poker face of all time.
Yeah.
So nah, she is wild.
And then she went in, like, he told her the stuff in confidence off camera, like, oh yeah, this happened with his friend.
Yeah.
Which I can see why, like, she may have some more insecurities around that, but she's like, she went and brought it up, and he was like, fuck, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I told you this, like, it happened one time, it was whatever. Which I get why she would be a little bit insecure about that, but also I get his standpoint, like, I've been upfront with you about this. It's not like I'm hiding this, you found this out, or
but
whatever.
Also, what was it, like 3-4 episodes ago, she was like, oh, well, I also have best guy friends, so I really have no room to say anything. I'm sure that was probably before she found out this information, but still, like, I don't know.
Maybe not, but... And she met those people. Yeah. And she was like, and when he was like, yeah, you, like, I introduced you to them, and one, I didn't want this to be brought up because Like I told you this before because she was gonna come on the show. She's one of my best friends, and
Yeah.
I didn't want that information out there about her or whatever. And I didn't want to like expose her to that because like when she didn't sign up to be on the
Yeah,
show, she signed up
exactly.
to be like whatever. So I thought that was wild too, and that would have had me just been like, all right, yeah, I can't trust that person.
Exactly, bro.
And then, what was I was getting to something, but I forgot.
Oh no, but her just constantly attack, and he's like, "Well, if you think I don't love you, then I'm done." And she's still like kind of alluding to that I don't think you love me.
Yeah.
And then when he's getting ready to go, she's like, "Please don't leave."
Oh, like yeah, she was upset because like she was upset because someone like because of the optics
Yeah.
is what it ended up coming down to. She was like, yeah, well, I don't want people texting me asking me where I am if they see you somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why do you
Exactly,
care
bro.
about
Exactly.
that? She's like, no, I'm trying to sleep now. Like, I don't want people who go, what?
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That
He's like,
I'm
he's like,
not
where?
there.
She's like, where do you go when you work? Like, we've seen, like, they've been together the entire time, and he
Yeah.
works from home. He's like,
Exactly.
what do you mean I work from home? I've been here.
Yeah.
You've been here. Yeah, so that, yeah, it's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what I was going to say. I think, like, what I think happened in, you know, like, when you're pointing a finger at someone, you have 4 pointing back at you.
Yeah.
She keeps going after him about, or like accusing him of reaching out to Jess or being confused by seeing Jess and that
Yeah.
stuff too. I think she saw a picture of Trevor
Mm-hmm.
and was feeling that,
Yup.
and is
ding, ding, ding,
and
ding,
is
ding.
like, cause like think about anyone who cheats, right? Anyone who does anything,
Yeah.
they automatically assume the other person's doing it. Anything that you feel for like, unless you're in tune with your like emotions and have like good self-awareness,
Yeah.
you're gonna project that on the others.
Exactly.
And she's very much projecting that, and it's clearly proven that he hasn't seen her. Like we've seen over like 4 episodes. Like
Yeah.
okay, he's like he saw a picture of her and never met her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they finally do meet, you can tell like okay, this is actually the first time they're talking. So on and so forth. And she's sitting there flirting with Trevor when she meets him too.
Yup.
And
And she was definitely disappointed he didn't have the mullet no more.
yeah, I was like, yo, that also frustrated me too because I can
Yeah.
see it clear as day. But yeah, and then Jimmy somehow let her reel him back in, and she was trying to be like all like cute and stuff. Like she's not. No offense, she's not cute enough to do that.
Yeah.
But I think him introducing her to his parents is like definitely clouding things because he's like, damn, I that was a big thing for him. He said it himself.
Yeah, because if
And then
he
after-
didn't, he definitely would have bounced
Exactly.
after that whole situation.
I think so too. And then what was I gonna say?
Also, I do want to say I am shocked though that Chelsea did tell Trevor that if Trevor would have asked her first, her answer is still no. Because I feel like it's for sure yes. And her being the way that she is, I thought she would have said yes.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like you're on camera, so if Jimmy sees this
No,
after
she's
the
all
fact,
about optics.
yeah,
Like she tries finding things that sound good and say
yeah,
good. All right, then the big one, Laura and Jeremy.
yes, bro. That bro, he has issues. Like Laura also has issues, but I feel like Jeremy, that boy tripping, and then him just not. At that point, everyone is mad at you and Sarah Ann. So like
He's-
you might as well ride the jet skis together. But
Yeah,
for
he's-
y'all to be doing that,
He's just not as he's not as emotionally intelligent.
nope.
Like he's smart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's logical, but he's not emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
So he was like, so in his mind, he didn't feel like not that he didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do something extremely wrong.
You're saying by him being out until like 5 a.m. or whatever it was.
Yeah, like that's how he felt, and I could
Yeah.
tell like he truly felt that way. And I think she doesn't have that like good. They're both good communicators,
Mhm.
but their emotional intelligence I don't think is that high.
Yeah, they both shut down and
They
then
both
don't
shut down.
wanna
They
talk
both
about
like
their
amplify
issues.
and get in their
Yeah.
feelings, and also like Laura will Laura will, and this has been like before, and I think this is part of it. Like from the very first time like they met or they were like in person, she pushes him to do things or like say things or be a way he's uncomfortable with being.
What
Like
do you
even
mean?
so even like on the day where he messed up, she kept hounding him about it, and he's like, "Yo, I'm just trying to get past this
Got you.
now," and that's why he just left because
Yeah.
he was just like you can tell he was just getting
Yeah.
overwhelmed, and he's like, I can't be here right now," and then whatever happened, and then they talked about it. I was like, all right, well, that seemed better than I thought it was gonna be, but there's other times where I can tell he just doesn't want to talk about things on camera,
Yeah.
which is very reasonable. Like doesn't want like I'll talk about stuff, but I don't want to get very in depth
Got you.
and break things down
Yeah.
on camera because for these reasons, or not for these reasons, but just like that's his like prerogative. But she will push him in that conversation,
Yeah.
and she gets herself more upset because she's not. I don't know if she's not realizing or that he's just not doing what she wants. Which is share what I need you to share right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll talk to you about it, but like, I can't right now. He even, if you're watching, he even looks at the camera sometimes where he's like, no, I can't. No, I don't want to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
So I think he was also just like at that point after like coming like, he's like, oh, okay, I talked to her for whatever that long, which was, that's suspect. You dropped her off, still suspect, but they both claim nothing happened. I think I lean on, or like I tend to believe them. Still, being out till 6 a.m. is wild.
Yeah.
when you have a fiance. But then, like I also don't know what Laura wanted from him, you know, because he did that. It happened. She seemed like she wasn't going to ever entertain anything with him, right?
Yeah.
But she wanted him to fight for her, knowing that she wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
She wasn't going to be like, she was going to want that regardless. But he can clearly see like, okay, she's done, checked out. I've been trying to talk to her, and she keeps amplifying this and saying worse and worse things, but wants me to continue to talk to her. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I didn't get really Laura's part because clearly she was hurt. But it's just that you want to punish him, knowing that if he goes through the punishment you're giving him, you're still not going to change how you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was like, all right, that felt a little weird. And I think that also not made him act the way he did, but he was just like, I don't have any. It made him cut feelings and cut like any, not responsibility, but the feeling of I owe something to this person off way faster.
Got you.
Especially with having had a good time talking to Sarah and like them getting things off their chest or whatever, talking about the situation. And no one likes the him going and riding jet skis things, but they were both like pariahs at that point.
Yeah.
I think it was, instead of being like I think it was cool of them to enjoy the most of the moment they had, instead of just going back there to
take the punishment,
to sulk or like take the punishment or pretend whatever, you know, like them going back there wouldn't have been a healthy situation for them.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't a healthy situation for them being there. So I thought it was completely fine for them to do that. Yeah, optically it looks weird to everyone else or to most, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if he's gonna pursue something with her. Like, I think it was cool because he made it. She was in a tough situation. He had the presence of, I don't want to say presence of mind, but he understood that he was okay with how he felt and things were, and he made it a positive moment for her when she was clearly broken and like really confused, like really hurt or what, and that thing. So and then the conversation with AD does have a decently high emotional intelligence, I think.
You're saying AD and Sarah Ann?
AD and Sarah Ann.
Yeah. That was a mature conversation. Like, they both at some points were like kind of getting passive aggressive.
Yeah.
But like, if this was any other show, I could have easily seen that going south very, very quick.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It was definitely mature, or more mature that, you could then, like, AD's dope. But the thing that I think most people forget when watching this show, and that the not contestants, I don't know what to call them, but like the members of the show or the experiment, forget, that is that everyone's going through this for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, this is a new experience.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna like she was saying, hey, so like this person was engaged and you didn't feel like anything was wrong with this, but without knowing when the reach out happened, which Sarah Ann kind of like, hey, I reached out as soon as I got back because it was something that I needed to do for me, which I think is completely fine. Obviously he didn't have his phone at the time, so he's gonna see it later. But I think AD just expected too much of a normal response, or normal like if someone was engaged.
Wait, pause real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
Remind me, Sarah Ann, she left on her own early, right?
No. They Jeremy like not like broke up with her.
Oh, okay.
But he was basically broke up to say, hey, I'm gonna choose
Alright,
Laura.
Cool.
But like I know
remember.
he's like, but I know we'll talk at some point.
Okay, got you.
And I didn't think that he's like I don't really have a good reason or not, but it's just how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And we'll talk at some point. So like the plan was that they were gonna talk at some point, whether that was and I mean I think him seeing the show, he knows that we're all gonna talk at some point. But yes, I just think AD expected and the women expected too much of how you would normally handle things for a situation that's not normal at all.
Yeah.
And like it pushes people emotionally in ways that's what like stuff like that is why I would never do the show or like never be on it, because it's like even if you do things with the best intentions, people are all gonna have their own perception of it. And that was basically it that I had there.
Yeah, I mean, this season's been good. Like I said, I'm ready for also the last episode. Like, of course, that's a little more for the women, like the trying on the dresses, them crying for every single dress.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's get to the drama again. But anyways, I'm ready for the finale plus the reunion.
Are they all happening same day?
I think they're happening. I think this upcoming Wednesday is the finale, and then I think the week after is the reunion.
Yeah, they're dragging this out.
Yeah. I absolutely hate it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I hate how you can just binge shows in a day now, but for shit like this, bro, just give it to me all at once. Pause.
But yeah, in the Discord, y'all let me know what you think.
Who do you think? Which one of the couples do you think actually?
Oh,
lasts?
also the parents were dope. All the parents that they showed in probably episode 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Like the Jeremy's like parents and family were lit. They were funny.
Yeah.
AD's mom was lit.
Yeah.
She helped AD be better for dude and helped dude be better, and kind of just gave them honest game.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, that's lit. And then little Hispanic dad was lit too.
Yeah.
And then how he held he's like when he asked him for permission. He was like,
Yeah, and you paused.
Yeah.
I legit thought I knew he was gonna say yes, but I didn't think he was joking around. I thought he was gonna.
Nah, I knew he was joking.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew he just wanted to like hold the.
Yeah.
Who else's parents did we see? But yeah, the parents on that episode were lit.
Yeah. Did we see Chelsea's parents? I don't think so.
If we did, it was an earlier episode.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
But do you think all the couples stay together long term? Certain couples?
Honestly, I really hope Jimmy doesn't. Because, like, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
But she seems
clinically insane.
Insane, yes.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work out, I don't think. But I
hope
do
it
see
doesn't.
Clay and AD working out.
Yeah, I think Clay and AD will.
And then Puerto Rican girl, as long as, because I feel like the kids thing for the Puerto Rican
dude is
girl,
freaking out.
Yeah, the kids thing I think could put a huge wrench in that relationship. But as long as they can get that situated, they'll work out.
But yeah, no, I think he's freaking out way more than he.
Yeah, 100%. And bro, men are just dumb. Like, I know we're not a monolith, but bro, men are dumb as fuck. Clay, there was something he didn't know. Oh, when he didn't know like if men got a ring or not. Bro, I'm like, my nigga, you know you don't get an engagement ring, you just get the wedding ring. Like, he didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't remember if he didn't know which hand the ring went on or something like that, or if I'm mixing that up with another show. And then the long hair buddy that's with the Puerto Rican girl, where he's like, yeah, I just thought every girl was on birth control. Like, what? No, not every girl is on birth control.
Yeah, he's stupid. But it's like, if people, honestly, I think it's also people in the South. Like, they're in Charlotte.
Yeah.
People just, like, don't know what they don't know, I guess. Or just don't know outside of what their bubble is.
I guess. But, yeah. I'm excited. Anything else you got?
Who are the other couples?
So we have Puerto Rican girl, long hair buddy.
Yeah, I think they make it.
Laura and
They're
buddy
gone.
broke up. Clay AD.
Yes.
Jimmy Chelsea.
No.
And I think that's it. There's not that many couples.
Bro, if Jimmy says yes, I'm gonna sign a petition to get their wedding null and void. Yeah, I think that's everyone.
Yeah. So we shall see in these next 2 weeks. So yeah, this upcoming Wednesday is the finale, and then the week after that, on the 13th, is the reunion. So we got 2 more episodes left.
Wow.
And then someone at work said the next season is taking place in DC. I think it is.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, bro, they need to get it in Miami. That's gonna be messy as
Oh
hell.
my gosh, it's not ready.
Bro, Miami.
They're not
would be
ready for
messy
Miami
as
people
hell.
on there.
Yeah, I want to see a major. Like, I want to see a New York, Miami, L.A. That's what I want to see.
DC
bro.
will be close. There'll be a good mix.
Yeah.
Cause there's such a mix of people there.
Yeah, exactly. But
There'll probably be some heavy politics. in there, too.
100%. But that's
Alright,
all I
bet.
got.
Good episode.
It's been another episode of Save for the Pod, episode number 137. AJ hit the drop. Peace.